get a sense of what it's like outside Parliament after the MPs have just elected a new president. Lucanio?
Fine. Thank you.
Peter, good afternoon. Yes, and welcome back to Parliament, where we continue, of course, the reactions to, the election of a new president within the National Assembly. I'm now joined very briefly. Let me see which side. I'm a little bit caught, but anyway, we'll quickly start off with the Treasurer General of the ANC, if that's okay, General. Can I? All right, thank you very much. We'll quickly speak to Mr. Paul Mashatile. Treasurer General, are you satisfied with what took place inside the National Assembly?
Very satisfied indeed, and I'd like to say on the behalf of the ANC that we congratulate Comrade Cyril Ramaphosa for having been elected by this National Assembly to be President of the Republic of South Africa. What is even more exciting and humbling to us is that he was elected unopposed, unanimously. And almost all the parties welcomed him and indeed said that they know that he's a man who will take the country forward. We wish him well, and we as the ANC are very convinced that the right candidate has been put in the right job.
All right. What are some of the key issues that the new president must now address almost immediately, according to the ANC?
He already has said that economic recovery is on top of his agenda. We must create jobs by growing the economy. We must attend to all the social ills, but particularly he wants to drive good governance to ensure that we tackle corruption in government departments, institutions, and we make sure that whatever we do is at the interest of the people of South Africa.
All right. Talking about one of the things that obviously the people of South Africa have been talking about is to what happens now to former President Jacob Zuma in terms of the court cases and the legal challenges that he's facing. As the ANC, what have you got to say about that?
Well, as the ANC, for now we want to focus on this matter at hand, to say that the president has been now elected. Tomorrow he will give a State of the Nation address, and we will take things from there. But I think we need to give the president a chance now to speak to the nation tomorrow.
All right. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. If I can quickly then just turn to General Bantu Olomisa, who is of course the leader of the United Democratic Movement. General, you've heard for yourself from Mr. Mashatile what is he saying about what needs to happen now. From the UDM side, just very briefly, your reaction firstly to the election, Yaga Mr. Ramaphosa, and what are, according to the UDM, the key issues that he must deal with?
The UDM congratulates President Ramaphosa. The ANC cannot be trusted so easily. It's going to take time for themselves to present a different policy and face. We therefore call upon these South Africans to force the government to call for a national convention to address these issues. We can no longer put the fate of South Africans in the hands of one political party, because, as you know, Zuma was not alone in this corruption. So we cannot wait for them to cleanse themselves. We need to meet as South Africans urgently.
What about this issue of the dissolution of the Fifth Parliament, General?
The dissolution of Fifth Parliament academically and legally is a good idea. And if it is tabled here, this motion is debated, we will support it.
All right, thank you very much. Sir, can I quickly then talk to you, Dr. Peter Groenewald, who is the leader of the Freedom Front Plus. Just what do you make of what took place inside?
Well, firstly, I think we already started on a higher level of debating or speeches in South Africa in the legislature, and that's what I've asked. That the debate was really at a low level, and I think we have a president who respects the National Assembly. In that sense, it will be better for South Africa, but we will be judged in his actions, not only in his words. And I think one of the first things he will be judged on is the fact of how he is compiling his new cabinet. Is he going to get rid of the bad apples, or is he going to keep them? We know that he is also the leader of the ANC, and he cannot just do as he wish. He has to comply to the policies of the ANC. And if he does not do that, the ANC will get rid of Cyril Ramaphosa the same way they get rid of Jacob Zuma. But there's new optimism in South Africa, and if you want to uphold that optimism and to ensure that we get a better economy with better investors in South Africa, they will judge him in his actions. And I also think that he should also look at the NPA, National Prosecuting Authority, and that is also one of the things that he will have to attend very urgently.
All right, sir, thank you very much for your time. That was Dr. Peter Groenewald, who is the leader of the Freedom Front Plus. Unfortunately, there's a lot of noise going on here. Obviously, the ANC supporters are very excited. So for the time being, we're going to cross back to you in studio, and then we'll come back a little bit later.